Alright, so this is either going to be one of the greatest videos I ever make or one of the worst ideas I've ever had in my life. If you're watching this video, you're either going to be a family member or a friend that just found out about this channel, either because I told you to watch it or you found it randomly, or you're someone who's been supporting the channel and been watching it or watching all my videos so far, so I appreciate you. If you're neither of those things, then that means I must be doing something right. This video is going to be entirely different from what I'm used to uploading and making, so I'm kind of nervous right now because I'm not usually in front of the camera, which I need to get used to if I'm going to be doing this. So it's going to be literally an entire yap session. I'm just going to be talking the whole time. Think of it as an apology video without all the crying and the ukuleles and all that. I've literally spent days and weeks trying to plan this out, how I'm going to execute it, what I'm going to say. I literally have everything on my phone right here, so if you see me looking down, I'm not trying to read a script or anything. I'm just trying to gather my thoughts to make sure I'm not going off track. I'm going to give you some of my thoughts, and it's going to be up to you whether or not you approve them or support them or not, especially since I have 22 subscribers. No one even knows who I am yet, but I know this is going to be one of the biggest mistakes or flaws I could be making right now, to be vulnerable and show weakness on the internet, on social media. If I do get big in the future, this is going to be a good video to look back on. I'm planning it. But yeah, initially I do want to make this video just because this is my demonstration and how to prove to the people watching this, who are initially going to watch this, my family and friends, that this is something that I do want to do, and how serious I am about this whole project. As of today, I have discontinued my college education. I know it's a big, fat, huge statement to be making as Filipino, and the Asians know that you're supposed to be following the same route, either a doctor, lawyer, something successful, make that money. I feel like I still have the potential in myself to make this a successful career for myself. I know I could be disappointing some of you, maybe most of you, but this career path is something new, not just for me, obviously for my family and friends. They're not going to accept this immediately, I know that, but I look at it as a pathway or a different avenue to deliver the same goals that I want to achieve, just not in the traditional way. I'm not going to try to go deep into my lore or where I began or how I started or whatever. But as some of you may know, I initially wanted to be a therapist or psychiatrist because I initially had the feeling, I think ever since middle school, that God has given me a gift to help people mentally and emotionally and push them into the right direction in their life and where they want to get to. I've had several friends that went to an actual therapist and looked at it as an embarrassment to be going to. I know therapy has helped a lot of people, but when it's when I would talk to someone about it, it would look like they're not proud of going to therapy. You know what I mean? That's why I initially wanted to start my own firm, and because I've helped so many people by that time that I thought about it, I wanted to start my own firm and change the perception of what therapy was like. After going through a rough time myself and having to attend therapy, I know I'm not alone when I say this, but it felt like a chore more than it did feel like help. After coming back to school, following that time that I went to therapy, I found myself struggling to maintain that spark that I had in middle school and high school, trying to push myself to build that firm and build that community of people that looked at therapy differently. If I were to say I'm conducting a different type of therapy, I feel like a lot of people would just look at that as some BS and not attend at all. And I feel like if they were to attend, then it would just be so different that it wouldn't sway as much people as I initially wanted to. That's why after years and semesters of trial and error, trying so hard to find where I wanted to be, I tried different routes, trying business, trying to be a teacher. Like at the start of every semester, I told myself I was going to finish it. I've only finished like 2 semesters. After looking at YouTube from kind of like a third perspective or a third person view, I looked at it as an outlet, as a possible way to deliver that same message that I did in the past without going through all of those different like restrictions and unnecessary requirements of having to do it the traditional way, like going through all those prerequisites and going to a degree. I'd have to end up working at a place, trying to get to know myself and the type of therapy I wanted to get into, and then eventually transition into building a firm and all that. And to be honest, at the time, even sometimes right now, I didn't feel like I was going to make it. Like I wasn't going to live that long, basically, to make it straightforward. I want to be able to have my own schedule and be able to execute the things that I want to execute, like in the way that I want to. And that's what leads me to this video. I just can't see myself working such a strict schedule for the majority of my life just to retire at like 60. That being said, I don't, like, obviously for anyone working hard in college right now, like doing your own thing and want to find your dream job in the traditional society, then I'm not going to stop you. I'm not trying to sway you in or anything. This is just the way that I want to do it. It's going to be difficult to sway me right now because I know a lot of people are going to try to talk me out of it. Because I believe I understand my potential, like, and where I can improve, obviously. I'm self-aware of who I am and where I stand in society. That's why I want to change it. I want to be better, and I want to make a name for myself. Gambit. I'm going to succeed. I want to make sure I succeed properly. I know that I'm not perfect. I know I'm going to have to address some things that I've done in the past that I fully regret. Like, I'm not gonna be like, not some like on the level of Minecraft YouTuber shit, but what kind of idiot would I be if I was coming into social media with conflicts that I was afraid to address? So I'm not afraid to address things that happened in the past. If those situations come to light, then that's when I'll talk about it. So yeah, that's basically the end of my lore, like my beginning, like my thoughts. That's the end of that conversation. Now let's transition into YouTube. Just so I don't make any of you think that I'm a lost cause if this fails. Like, if I cannot find like success in this and I'm a completely idiot, like I will say that. Like I'm not afraid to admit that I'm wrong. And if I overestimate myself, this is like my deal. This is like my final resort if this doesn't work out. If I don't reach these 4 conditions that I'm going to list now by the time I've reached 25, I know that's a long time. You got to give me the opportunity and time to, make something happen. So if I don't reach any of these by the time I hit 25, I'll submit to the traditional way of living. I'll go back to school and do all that process. These are those conditions. So if I don't have a sustainable income by that time, by 25, sustainable income for me in the future, if this is going to be like my full time or whatever, it's going to be 6 to 7 figures. 2 is internal happiness and happiness for those around me. Like, if I'm able to provide for myself and provide for others, then that's considered a success for me. And 3, if I haven't made anyone proud, if I haven't made myself proud, that kind of contradicts the other one, but if I haven't made myself proud or I haven't made anyone else proud, especially the 5 people that I'm worried about, I'm not going to list them, but there's 5 people that I'm most anxious about seeing this video and hearing my thoughts on this. For the next maybe months or years, it's going to be just entertainment. And then once I build an honest and true audience, then that's when I might transition into self-improvement. If I haven't gotten to that time by 25, then I'll consider myself a failure and not actually reaching those goals that I want to hit. So I did the math for my income for for me right now, it's possible to make or to sustain at least 10,000 in the bank for 3 months. So if I don't, what I'm trying to do is reach that goal. I don't know what I'm going to spend the money on. So from January to March, I'm going to try to make 10 bands and sustain it and maintain it, and eventually use that for, I guess, a big purchase in my life. I don't know if it's going to be a car, something else, maybe move out. I don't know. Maybe 10,000 is enough, but we'll see. That's for later. If I want success, I'm going to earn it. I'm not going to have it given to me. And I don't want it just like, you know, slid to me, because that's not going to be sustainable. I'm not going to be able to maintain that. I just want a true audience. I want to find my fan base by myself, and grow from there, because I'm going to change my videos, obviously. I don't know what's the deal with YouTubers having the same videos over and over, because that's not how you sustain a channel. Like, it's normal to change. You shouldn't like be afraid of change. That's basically it. As a final word, I'm not trying to receive any pity or support or sympathy. All right, that's about it. I'm done talking. I'm tired. I gotta edit this video. I'll see you on the next one. Getting ready for escape.